Hi, it's me again. And you know what, sometimes it is really hard to be proud of the country that we live in. Don't you think? Poppy seller veteran 78 tells how he was punched by pro-Palestinian protesters as he fundraised at Scottish Station that was besieged by demonstrators as leaders of the Gaza March Set for Armistice Day refuse a police appeal to cancel. Quite a gobful of a headline, that. But come on, a veteran, a war veteran, 78, fought for this country, and he was punched by pro-Palestinian protesters for doing something he's probably done for years. Something that these poppy sellers do with quiet dignity. They don't push, they don't shout, they just sit there with quiet dignity and provide poppies to people who want to wear them proudly in this country. I couldn't be more angry to see those scenes at that train station and to read that headline. Apart from when I read this headline. Police make statement after ending investigation into poppy seller who's attacked at protest. Could I be more angry? No. The investigation into the attack on a 78-year-old veteran who was selling poppies has been dropped. The British Transport Police said in a statement that detectives extensively monitored CCTV and spoke with witnesses and have insufficient evidence to take the investigation further. Because they were covering their faces, some of these protesters that done it? Possibly. I mean, there was a lot of people there. Trying to track those people down would be hard, but you'd think it would be a top police priority. If I worked at the police, it would be my number one priority, is to bring those people to justice. I'm really, really worried about this weekend because they're talking about this protest a lot. You can't turn on the news or the radio or anything without hearing about this protest that's going to happen on the weekend. And I'm genuinely worried about it because you see some of these things. Look, I mean, look at this one. How many people went into London for that march?
We have a responsibility to educate ourselves, to educate our children, to educate friends and colleagues, and encourage them to come and speak out. And I think it's important that we have so much representation from whether it's Palestinian families or other individuals around here.
If only that many people were prepared to march for the Remembrance Day parade, to turn up for that. Wouldn't you be proud of this country? Isn't that something worth doing? There's problems here, and I'm genuinely properly worried about it. I mean, just flying flags, flying the flag of your country on Remembrance Sunday, it's going to be a problem, isn't it?
You can hold it, you can wave it. It's just we don't want anything with all that Arabic
causing any sort of issues with the barriers. You have your flags, just not on the barriers, that's it.
And yet when they march down with hundreds of Palestinian flags, you won't say a word.
One just went past hanging out of the car, you never see fuck all.
There's way more of them than there is of us.
There's way more of them than there is of us. So mob rule then. We're ruled by mobs now, are we? The police have no control over mobs whatsoever. It's so concerning that it could turn out to be absolute carnage on the weekend. I really hope it doesn't. I really, really hope it doesn't. The problem is the police are going to go with what mob's bigger, right? I mean, did you see this one? This was doing the rounds. I saw it on PJW's video. I couldn't believe this one, look.
Why are you here?
I'm here to have conversations. Don't put that in my face.
Why are you here?
Don't put that in my face.
Why are you here?
I'm here to have conversations.
Why are you being offensive?
Hi.
Do you want to move over there?
Yeah, sure.
For your own
I'm
safety.
just standing here.
For your own safety. Come on. Come on.
I'm allowed to.
So he wants to move him for his own safety, but then he's giving him orders. Come on. Don't give me orders, mate. I'm here just with the same rights that these other people have who are completely... Ugh.
Stand here.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to move away for your own safety. Because they're obviously quite aggravated with you, aren't they?
Okay, so now I'm standing here. So now where do you want me to go?
Back over a bit further and I'll have a chat with you.
So he wants to move him away for his own safety because those people are aggravated with him. There's some logic in that, but why not have a word with these protesters to stop them, to de-escalate the threat of anything? He's not going to cause any problems. He was standing there minding his own business. They're the ones that got all up in his face. Why not have a word with them and stop them doing that. They're the ones that are going to escalate anything, but no, you're taking away the quiet man and letting the mob rule.
So you're telling me I'm not allowed to stand on this public street
I'm
right
telling
now?
you at the moment, I'm moving you over there to prevent the breach of the peace. Come on, come over there and let's
So,
have a chat.
wait a minute. People coming and
Let's
getting in
go
my
over there.
face it means I'm breaching the
You're
peace?
causing them to do that, aren't you? So
How am I doing that?
Move over, and I'll have a chat with you
How
over
am I
here.
causing them to do that?
Well, I don't know what you're doing, but you were
I'm
getting
just standing there.
you're getting extremely hostile. If you're getting a reaction like that, you need to remove yourself from it so you're safe.
Wait a minute. How about you deal with the violent people instead of telling the peaceful person to get out of there?
Yeah, again, there is some logic in that. If you're getting a reaction like that, you need to move yourself away from it for your own safety. Some logic in that. But if he's worried about this gentleman's safety, this gentleman isn't doing anything wrong. You need to go and talk to the people that are endangering his safety. Isn't that the police's fucking job? It's absolute clown world.
How about you deal with the violent people instead?
I can't even watch any more of them clips. It's absolute clown world. And I'm just absolutely so concerned about what's going to happen. I hope nothing happens. I mean, Nigel Farage, he said a thing here. Look, Nigel Farage sets out only compromise for Remembrance protesters. Now it's too late to ban. It's not that their parade hasn't been banned. They reckon Nigel reckons it's too late for it to all be stopped now because people would have bought tickets and they'll turn up anyway. So Mr. Farage suggested the rally should be confined to Hyde Park as a compromise solution rather than the planned route to the US Embassy in Vauxhall. Speaking on his GB News show, he said, I suspect in some ways it's probably too late now to ban this march. People will have booked tickets and they're probably going to turn up anyway. So is there a compromise solution? I think there is. You see, the police certainly don't have the power to ban gatherings. So why not allow pro-Palestinian protesters to have their gathering in Hyde Park, to fly their flags in Hyde Park, but if they leave Hyde Park and head towards national monuments, then arrest every single one of them. One, they're not going to stay in Hyde Park. They're not going to do as they're told. They're not interested in doing as they're told. And how are you going to arrest every single one of them? This is how they work. This is how this mob rule works. You can't arrest every single one of them. And the only thing that I want to see flying over the streets of London on Remembrance Day are Union flags. I don't want to see any other flag flown. And I'm not in the minority here, am I? So we just got to hope it all goes off peacefully. I, for one, ain't going anywhere near London on Remembrance Day. No way. I actually go into a place I used to go to a lot, one of my favourite places in the world for Remembrance Day. They do a wonderful thing, it's free entrance and that as well. I'm going to be in Duxford, RAF Duxford. And yeah, it's free entrance and it's pretty cool. You can, if you get there after 9, you can normally get a pretty good parking spot. I'll show you, look. Normally get a pretty good parking spot right on the ramp with some of the planes. Look at that, I parked my old Jag there. So I'm going to go there because I don't think we're going to see any protests there. There'll be loads of old veterans there telling stories. You can walk around in a family environment that I think is going to be a bit safer than being in London. But this is absolutely shocking. And I'm dreading seeing the news Sunday night. Absolutely dreading it. And just quickly, while I've got you, it's not a sponsored post, no one's asked me to do anything like that, but every year I tend to do a little something for charity over Christmas. And last year I supported Lennox Children's Cancer Fund. And I spent quite a lot of my own money buying them toys and stuff like that. I didn't really broadcast that I did it. But this year I thought maybe you'd want to help out. They have an Amazon wish list, which I'll put a link to below. And all you got to do is go on there, and they've got toys from like £1 to, I don't know, 50. You don't have to spend that much. But if you've got a couple of quid kicking about, I know times are hard, but if you do have a couple of quid spare, you can go on the Amazon wish list, links below, buy a toy. It doesn't come to you, you don't have to do anything. It gets delivered to Lennox charity themselves, and they'll distribute it to the kid so that a very sick kid will have something nice to wake up to on Christmas morning. And sometimes you even get a thank you letter from the kid as well, which is nice. So I say I'm going to spend quite a lot of my own money on this like I did last year. If you've got a couple of quid to spare, do so. No pressure. Don't have to. It's not a sponsored post. No one's paid me to do. They haven't even asked me to do this. They might not be happy that I'm talking about it on here. But yeah, links below. Go and have a look. And if you want to have a look at the website as well, I'll chuck that link below. What do you think about this for Remembrance Day? Like I say, I'm genuinely worried that it could just be absolute carnage. because you're hearing stories about anti-protest marches that are going to happen, and it requires the dignity the situation deserves. We're not talking about what's going on in foreign lands currently here. This is to remember British war heroes. Let's keep it dignified. I hope it doesn't kick off. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons and everything. And if you do that, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon when ta-da.